Okay, we're back in. All right. That was great. I mean, I really enjoy every time that they talk to us. I really do. What happened to my thing? All right, Cragen, up to bat, sir. Oh, no. You stand there so long.
Yeah. All right. Hello. How's everybody doing today? Anybody need to stretch from the lawyer stuff? Yeah.
I got it. Let's go.
All right. A couple things. For those of you that came out to Top Golf, thank you very much. We had a great time. I hope everybody hit holes in ones and all that. Got some good food and all that. Second thing. So I don't know if you all know this or not, but tomorrow the Norfolk Tides is having the Hurrah baseball game. I don't know if y'all knew. I have 4 tickets, 2 and 2, to anybody that wants them. Feel free to get with me afterwards or whatever. If there's more than 4, I can try and see what I can do. Call a couple people, leave messages. So yeah, it's tomorrow. I think the game is at 6:30. It'll be a lot of your fellow realtors out there and all that, and it's like the actual game for the realtors. So I thought that was kind of cool that they're doing that. I will be there until about probably the 6th inning, and then there's like this concert you might have heard about, Wu-Tang. They're going to be here tomorrow. I'll be at that afterwards. But anyway, sorry. Yeah. So for those of you that came to the Mortgage 101, that was great. Thank you all for coming. I feel like we got through a lot of good information. A couple of things we talked about. The consumer price index in comparison to inflation and how it affects rates. These are things that you all missed since you were not there. Just giving you the heads up on what you could potentially learn for next time. Also, we talked about the Fed funds rate in relation to interest rates, that they do correlate, but it's not a direct correlation. But like I said, we dove into all that. Let's see. And then we talked about closing costs, because closing costs are a huge part of cash to close. Okay. Does that make sense to pretty much everybody? So I think we had a really good meeting. It ran a little bit over, about 5-10 minutes over, but I feel like we got a lot of great information for that. So next time we do another Mortgage 101, we will probably touch on some of the things that we touched on, but I try to dive into a couple extra things as well, like DPA programs. Down payment assistance programs. We just got access to a new down payment assistance program. It's kind of like an FHA loan with just down payment assistance. It doesn't have a lot of the extra semantics that like the Chenoa Fund has, and it's a great program. For those of you that have buyers that may not have enough money for cash to close, and now we're getting towards the market to where we can ask for more closing costs. I'm seeing them all the time now. 2 and 3% in closing cost assistance. If you're buying a $300,000 house and you get 3% in closing cost assistance, and you're on a DPA loan, guess what? You're pretty much gonna pay for your EMD, and that's it. You might even get your EMD back on a FHA loan. VA loans, VA loans, we're getting their full EMD back at closing because we're getting so much closing cost assistance, and I commend the realtors for that. And I mean, it's almost unheard of to buy a home for nothing. And people are like, oh, I don't understand. I can't buy a home for anything. Well, you couldn't for like a year and a half because we're getting closing cost assistance. But now, since it's starting to come back, continue to ask for that so that we can get those things for our buyers. And just know that if you do, let's say it's a $500,000 house and you ask for 3% in closing cost assistance, guess what? There is going to be overage. And with that overage, you can pay for additional up to a year's worth of HOA fees, up to a year's worth of condo fees. You can also pay debt for the veteran at closing, so these are all things that benefit the borrower when you are negotiating those deals. Lost my notes. Here we go. That's pretty much all I really wanted to talk about was what we've done in the last month or so. And I invite you all to come out to our next Mortgage 101. We might do one in October, but probably shoot for November. So if you do see it on the calendar, please sign up, come out. I do not plan on doing a Zoom. We had about 3 people come, and I like the smaller groups for that. I'm not saying don't come. If we have 10 people, great. But it gives the people that are there kind of like a a private school feel, if that makes sense. You know, it kind of makes you feel all that. So other than that, that's all I have. Oh yeah, we mentioned about the student debt. We talked about it in one of our something brokers. That was a big topic in the last month, was student debt. Oh yeah, you have student debt. Oh, you're getting relief. Well, the big picture is most are only getting 10% or $10,000. Some are getting 20,000 if you had a Pell Grant, but 10% on the different loan types only equates to $100 on conventional. I'm so sorry, $100. Yeah, $100 on conventional, 50 on FHA, and $41.67 on a VA loan. So it gives you buying power. Yes, it gives you a reason to post on your social media wall to get people talking that may have some student debt. So 100% mention that, like, hey, you might be able to qualify for a home now. But in all actuality, it doesn't really move the needle that much. I just want you all to understand that. As salespeople, you definitely push it, but just know that it might not bring up that much buying power. Anyway, that's all I got.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Now, we are going to, on October 5th, from 2 to 4 at Valero, anybody who has had a closing in September or up to October 5th that has used Cragen and also has used Jones Walker and Lake for the closing, they're having a client appreciation. So Valero, October 5th, 2 to 4, you'll get an invite if you have a closing anytime this month with Cragen and Jones Walker and Lake for a client appreciation event. So
Yeah.
we have that, which is awesome.
I'm terrible at bowling.
I just want to make sure that I don't think she was out of town. So I just want to make sure she's not on here. I don't see Dowd on here. So I think she's okay. All right, Belinda. So we have Belinda from Essex Mortgage. Come on up. Belinda is going to be a preferred vendor in our office for mortgages. David Elshanti, unfortunately, is not continuing. He's more on just one side of the water, so it's hard for him to get over here. It's really almost impossible for him to be where we need him to right now. So he has bowed out right now, and Belinda is coming in from Essex Mortgage. So Belinda, tell us about Essex Mortgage and what's going on.
Oh, okay. Well, tough act to follow, Captain Morgan. Captain Mortgage. Basically, Essex Mortgage is fairly new to the Virginia, North Carolina area. We are a West Coast lender, direct agency lender, and have been in business serving families since 1986. I am familiar with the area because the company I used to work for, their headquarters was here. And in 2011, I started working with them. And in 2021, I decided to move to Essex Mortgage from that company and grow the footprint for Essex here in Virginia. So we are a direct agency lender like most lenders. And what that means for you is just no overlays and things like that for your clients. We do have a couple of unique programs that are basically Essex driven. And that is the Link and Trio program, which is down payment assistance is the Link program. So that is for those clients that maybe need that little extra boost to get into a house. There's no income limits on that. So it's a little different than your VHDA that you would normally see where their income capped. So your buyer can't make too much money over the area median income. And the other product is the Trio, which is a lease to own type of ownership, which is a very interesting product, especially in this area where you have a lot of transients. So you have a lot of VA buyers that maybe stay in a house for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, and then they get transferred to a different area in the country. So the lease to own program is really beneficial to them because they're able to say they lease to own for 1 or 2 years, and then they get transferred to California, Camp Pendleton, or wherever they're going to go. They can use the amount of money that's going towards the house on the lease to own and transfer it to a different house across the country without any penalties. So it's a really nice program. And after the 3 years, then they can own the property. Okay, on the lease to own. So say, I'm gonna buy a house here, lease to own, and I'm in the military. So I purchased the house, lease to own. I have a minimum of $3,600 a month in income. That's one of the criteria. And I also have $5,000 to put towards the transaction. So after a year, I get orders to move across the country. I can pack up my house and lease to own another house in California and without any penalty and walk away from that house. Or if I'm there for a year and I decide that home living is not for me, I'd rather go be a renter, I can write a check for $400 and get out of the contract. So it's a very unique.
Yeah.
Very unique. Yeah.
Well, now Belinda will be in and out, so she'll be here for a little bit today too, but she'll be in and out as well in meetings, and you'll be able to see her. She'll be coming to some of the brokers on Tuesdays too, whenever she's in town. And so you'll be able to ask her too, but thank you to both of our lenders. Amazing now, so we can't wait to start working with you. Belinda.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right,
Hi everyone, I'm Alex. Sarah Sons for Love. She's in Nashville without me, so
yeah, she is.
that's fine. Yeah,
Sure.
just kidding if you're watching.
Alex, before you get started, we had a question for Belinda.
Hey.
Sorry. We had a question for Belinda before she left the screen.
Okay, go ahead. It's Shelley. She wants to have a question for you, Belinda.
It was just, well, Mary Frances and I were wondering, is it just for VA or military buyers, that link or TRIO program?
No, it's for any buyers.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I thought it was Sarah yelling at us.
Me Guys, I'm getting fired. No, just kidding. Anyway, first I just want to say thank you everybody so much for all the business you sent over. We really appreciate it. For those of you who don't know, over at Prosper, we do homeowners insurance, auto, life, commercial. We work with over 30 different carriers, so we can definitely take care of your clients and get them a really good rate. And I'm sure a lot of people don't know, we have a rewards program. So anytime that we can quote your client's auto insurance along with their homeowners, you'll get $20 into a PayPal account. That's even if they don't even close on the home. So if you just want them to go through and check what their insurance rates might be, it's a good way for you to get some extra money. Also, we like to help you guys out. So I'm going to be doing a pop-by workshop on October 20th. And this one's going to be Halloween themed right after Christy's Canva class. And that is a perfect pairing because on Canva, you have to make the marketing materials. But for this one, I provide them for you along with little bags of candy, and you can pass them out to clients at open houses or whatever you would like. So if anybody wants any more information on the rewards program or needs some quotes over for your clients, you can go ahead and contact me. Just meet with me after this. And I hope you guys can make it out to the pop-up workshop. And that's it.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Keeps moving back.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to say thank you. I have been able to work with a bunch of you all recently, newer people that I haven't worked with. So I'm excited. I'm seeing seller paid home warranties. So if you're a buyer's agent, don't be afraid to ask for it. They are paying for them. Protect your clients. That's really the only thing. I don't have anything new. It's the same. We rolled out our plans in April and they're the same. I don't foresee a change, but if you have questions or you're working with somebody that is nervous about moving forward after a home inspection because of older systems and appliances, please call me. They don't need to walk on it because they're afraid it's going to fail and they're going to have this big expense. That's an easy time to ask the seller to pay for a home warranty. Let me answer your questions and kind of, guide you if you need it. But again, just thank you and know I'm available to you all.
I have a plug for Tina real quick. Yeah, because I had a seller
pick and seller paid home warranty that was not with Tina. And my buyer is having so much trouble and I have nobody that I can contact on her behalf. And my buyer has nobody that she can contact on her behalf. Yet Tina, anytime my buyer has bought a home warranty with her, all I have to do is text her and she's like, I'm on it. I got this. We'll take care of it. And it's not the same with any other company.
My rentals and my house.
If you're representing a buyer and the seller's offering, you don't have to take the warranty they want. A lot of times they're pushing the warranty, maybe because they had a seller warranty on the house, but they're not required to do it. If you want your buyer to have protection that's going to work for them, okay, thank you. But we're going to go with, we empower the clients to choose their own contractors. They're not going to have the problems they're having with traditional.
Yeah, I use my own contractors and then we call them up and they pay them over the phone with a credit card right then and there. It's done.
If you've got a written in warranty in the contract that the seller's providing it, you just say, how much is that? And we'll take that money and we'll apply it towards what the buyer wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I also want to brag on Tina. Another thing that we can utilize her for is if you're newer to our office. So especially with like days on market going up, our sellers are looking to us like, what can we be, like what can we do better? And she has a really great program that maybe would talk about, especially as days on market are going up, the likelihood of something happening while that house is in the market is also increasing.
So seller coverage is free to the clients. And that's why sometimes if you're on the buyer side and they say, yes, we're going to give you a warranty, but they want to give you the warranty that they put in place. On the seller side, utilize that. There is no obligation for the seller to provide it. You put it in place at no cost to them. They have $1,000 worth of repair coverage that we will pay for. That's things that fail during the listing, things that maybe come up on the home inspection, as long as they are warranty related. It's not fogged windows. It's not the chimneys, issues. It has to be warranty related, but they have $1,000 worth of coverage. Then if the buyer asks for the warranty, you've controlled the price because typically the seller is going to pay $575 for the base plan because it gives them good coverage. So don't be afraid to put it in place. You don't have to advertise it unless maybe you're in a neighborhood where there's 3 or 4 homes listed for sale and your seller's looking for that one thing to stand apart. Add in their seller's going to provide a chosen home warranty or a home warranty of $600 or whatever the case. Be proactive in that aspect. Okay. Call me with questions.
Perfect. Once after wait a little bit, it somehow it's off, but all right, Dwayne, come on up, sir. Most of you know Dwayne from before, but you haven't seen him in a little bit, so we brought him back in. He is the one who brought your mimosas and your muffins today. He deserves a round of applause just for that. But Dwayne, tell everybody what you do, how you do it, and why you do it.
Okay, hey guys, everybody. My name is Dwayne Jenkins. You know how Cregan is Captain Mortgage.
I want to switch with you because it's being recorded over there.
My name is Dwayne Jenkins. Hi, my man, Mr. Barry, is Captain Mortgage. I am known as Financial Chocolate. So, you can just Google that. I may come up in the search engines or something like that. But the name of our company is Credit Kwando, okay? Because we Jackie Chan charge-offs, we Bruce Lee late pays, and we Kung Fu collections, okay? We are the #1 team in 757 and the region when it comes for credit challenges and matters like that. I know who local people are that also do this. We are the #1 team in 757 and regionally for all things credit. I want to dispel a myth right now, and that is that we are just for people who have bad credit. That couldn't be any more further from the truth. We are for people who have good credit and want to have great credit. We are for people who have a 700 and maybe AFN can give them a lower rate refined at a 720, okay? We have been at more closings in the past year than most agents in Hampton Roads. We are just at Coleman and Coleman last Friday. We have helped a number of people. Cregan will tell you himself how we've helped his referrals. His counterpart, Courtney, will tell you the same thing. Jessica Dowd will tell you the same thing. And Shelly Lindsay, who's on this call, shout out Shelly. I think I saw her name up on the screen. Shelly was kind enough to share her personal testimony as she is not only a partner of ours, but she was also a client. She went to a lender. The lender told her she was a year at least from being able to get a house. We got with her. She was done in about 5 months. In a home, refinanced the car, saved a gang of money, and is one of our biggest cheerleaders. So I want to touch on a couple of points. I want to get the most of the 3.5 minutes that I have left here. Okay. We don't know what the new market's going to look like. I know that the agents that are listening to Thomasina are going to be prepared for whatever happens. But here's what's going to happen from the credit end. People are going to need to spend a little bit more time in credit repair. It would be nice to have a pipeline out of the end of whatever's going to come up, right? So get used to sending your leads to us, okay? Think of us as lead waste management, okay? We are going to recycle leads that you've already paid for. I don't think, by show of hands, you tell me, who would be upset if you sent me a lead pre-pandemic 2019 and I came back to you and I said, hey, here you go. Look what I've got for you. Show of hands, anybody be mad at that? I didn't think so. So what we want to do is start getting some leads going into the pipeline now so they can start coming out of the pipeline next year for you, right? Couple other points I want to touch on. We have a new pricing model coming out, and I'm announcing this prematurely, but we sometimes have to help people in spite of themselves. You may not believe this, but sometimes leads get sent to us and actually don't care about the credit. So we have to find a way to help them anyway. And what we're doing is coming up with a monthly price point that actually has a discount built in it every single month. So what it would look like is $250, then $225, then $200, $175, all the way down to $100 a month. Every single month they stay in our program, they're actually going to pay less to remain a client, right? So that's something that we're excited about. Now, we all have credit reports and we are all commissioned in here. Sometimes, and I know this from experience, our closings don't happen the day we want them to happen. I know this because I take a videographer to closing with me every closing we have, and I'm always having to reschedule them, right? So sometimes we don't get our money when we want as commission sales reps. And I just want to go over some credit tips really quickly with y'all because we all have credit reports that we have to take care of. Myth number one is that if I'm late, it's too late. That couldn't be further from the truth. You are never dinged for being late on your credit until you are actually 30 days late, okay? So to give you an extreme example, you could be 29 days late every single month on every bill that reports to your credit, and you could still have perfect credit. So what does that mean? That means that if you're trying to, make ends meet between your closings, right, then you could actually take some of your biggest bills, whether it's your car payment, whether it's your mortgage loan, right? And you can actually play with that and say, hey, my closing got pushed back a week. I'm going to pay this bill late intentionally, knowing I'm going to pay it on the 18th day, and I'm still going to be fine. And the only thing I paid to give myself that personal loan was maybe a late fee from the company that's financing me. Makes sense? Everybody got that? 29 days late every single month. And you would actually still have perfect credit, okay? One thing that we are looking to do, and this is something that we're excited about, we are looking to transition into helping our partners market themselves. By show of hands, how many of you get unsolicited cold calls from somebody who has a new CRM, a lead gen system, or something that they want to take your money from out of your pocket? Show of hands. Okay, great. What I am talking about doing for you is going to be for free, okay? We want a deep partnership with everybody in this room going into 2023. So what does that look like, okay? We want to help you get your reels up. We want to help you get your social media popping. Thomasina is the queen of TikToks, so she could probably teach that herself. But for all the other aspects of social media, so all the other aspects of social media, maybe even TikTok, our team is going to be there for you. Show of hands, how many people have heard the phrase, people don't care what you know until they know how much you care? Show of hands, anybody ever heard that before? Okay, well, I'm going to give you one that I made up, Okay. And it's going to be people don't care how much you know until they know who you are. Right. Last time I checked, there's about 9,000 realtors in Hampton Roads. There's about 30,000 across the state. At some point, how do you stand out? Sharing the same generic ads and all that is just not going to cut it. What you need to market is your number one tool, which is you, your personality, your hardships, and what you've been through, so buyers can relate to you and they know who you are, because people want to buy from people who are like them. And we are best equipped to help people who we used to be. That's why I'm doing this. I used to have the worst credit in the world. Now I'm helping people fix their credit. I've got an agent who, just to show you, I've got an agent who was born a woman, started in a relationship with a woman, transitioned to be a male, and he is a minority. And he went from getting the discrimination that comes with that to getting the discrimination that comes with being Black in 757 and driving a BMW in Portsmouth. And that right there is an extremely unique story that I think people are going to really tune in on. And it's going to help him set out from the crowd. I've got another agent who's also a successful mortgage broker. Don't know a lot of people doing both at the same time and good at both. She didn't graduate high school and she had multiple offers from brokerages, and she had to get her GED before she was able to get her real estate game going on. She's going to share that story for the first time in her life. So again, the more vulnerable you're willing to be, the more you're willing to share of your unique story, which no one else can copy. We want to help you get that story out there. And the only other thing I want to touch on is LinkedIn. We're treating it like a stepchild, guys. Okay. Either your LinkedIn is dusty, or you don't even have one at all, or you forgot your login. Okay. Every social media platform you should be on. I want you to think about this. Virginia Beach is the biggest city in the state. There is somebody within a 5-mile radius of this building that's having a poor experience in the home buying process because they don't know who you are. We are aiming to change that. Okay. Now, what we want to do is encourage all of you to get back on LinkedIn. Why? Because reviews matter, and there's nothing like a review from your peer. When your buyers search you on Google, your LinkedIn results are going to come up on that first page. Okay. There is nothing, again, I'm going to repeat this. There is nothing like a review from your peer. And when you think about it, who's probably buying at a higher price point? A lead off of LinkedIn, or somebody on, I don't know, TikTok or Instagram. I'm not even an agent. I'm probably going to go with the LinkedIn buyer. Probably owns a business or something, you know? So again, we want to help you with all of those things. I counted 27 people in here. There's no reason why anyone in here should not have 27 LinkedIn reviews. We need to use each other as resources. So what I like to do, take this down, pull out those phones, right? This is the part of the concert where we wave our phone to the air for life, okay? My number is 757-350-8860. All right. I am going to repeat that again in my infomercial voice. Okay. That is 757-350-8860. I want everybody in here, if you're interested in meeting with me one-on-one for coffee, to talk about how we could get your story out there, to talk about how we could get your marketing out there. 757-350-8860. Like those radio ads, 757-350-8860. Text me. Let's get it in. Let's get the coffee so we can get your marketing off of the ground, so we can stop paying for every single lead from those bastards at Zillow and start generating leads from our own community. Okay. And I want to end with this. The few people that are doing credit repair probably have lower credit scores than the people you want to refer to them. We are the alpha and omega of this. We've got this locked down, but I am only one person. Brett back there is my latest business development manager, outside sales rep. Okay. I've got Olivia starting on Monday. We've got a third outside sales rep. So we are actually building out, and you're going to have a rep that you can speak to. If you can't get a hold of me, you'll have somebody that you can talk to right away. We are running this like a real company, and we're just gonna kill it, but we want to kill it with you, right? Any questions?
And if you send a buyer or somebody to Dwayne, I tell my buyers this every single time, because it happens. If you send somebody to him and your client says Dwayne never called me or somebody never called him, call me. Cause y'all know I'll answer them. Cause I'll call him directly, and I guarantee you, if they called him and they try to call him back, this is a perfect story. This happened 3 times in the last month.
It has.
I had somebody say, oh, well, yeah, I tried to reach out to them and they never called. He never called back. And this was a new lead for me. I had never talked to this person. I said, yeah, what do you know about so-and-so? He said, well, we actually called them, texted them, and emailed them on December 15th. And this was like a month or two ago.
Yeah.
This man keeps a hell of a spreadsheet, basically what I'm getting at. And that's one of the main reasons why I do business with him, because of the spreadsheet that he keeps.
You can't deny the fact that someone's going to, like, he doesn't have a real estate license. So someone's going to take your leads, take them from 550 to 620 to get approved to go buy a home and give you free marketing. Y'all are crazy. If anybody here does not call him to do that, that's absolutely insane to me. Absolutely insane. So don't be insane. That's the... And then Lucy is up. Thank you, Dwayne. You're good.
All right, y'all, I got a list.
Yeah.
I have a list. All right, let's start at the beginning, shall we?
Yes.
Your buyer broker agreements. There's a spot on page 4 where you have to state whether this client is or is not a licensed agent in Virginia. Somehow we're forgetting that. Somehow that page is just going by the wayside and it's being left blank an awful lot. And I'm having to send it back. So if you want to be able to continue to just put check marks in that box, start doing it, or I'm going to require initials and signatures.
Oh, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you're marking whether your people are agents or not. It matters. It's important. Because in Virginia, the rule says that you have to disclose whether you're a licensed agent in Virginia. If you don't get that information up front, how are you going to disclose it on your contract? Questions, concerns?
Where is that? Where is it?
It's on the buyer brokerage agreement, page 4, at the top. Well, it's not a box, it's a line. But I'm not requiring initials to this point. And when I have you corrected, I do require initials because you're changing a signed document. Okay?
Done.
We're going to do it.
I want to review, well, no, let me stick with this. During your buyer intake process, don't forget the EPA lead booklet needs buyer initials on it. Okay? I know they have told you I am not buying anything that's older than 2000, so it doesn't matter. Well, guess what? It does, because we are the agents that provide all of the information. Because when you're out there and you find that home that was built in 1962, that's been redone and is in perfect condition for your buyer, and they know nothing about lead and the disclosure that's required for that. Things change. Give them the information up front. Save yourself the hassle of having to backtrack and figure it out. Okay? I want to revisit the whole situation with LLCs and corporations and entities with regards to listing documents. We're coming up on this a whole lot. A lot of people LLC'd while they were busy flipping, and now they want to sell off what they've got. In the seller line where you're naming the seller at the top of all your documents, you're putting the actual LLC name, okay? You're providing the documents showing the articles of incorporation and the signing authority for that LLC or corporation in your brokerment file. On the signature line of those documents, you're going to have them sign their name and comma, whether it's member, sole member, managing member, president, manager, whatever those signing authority documents say, that's how you're going to sign it. You can set it up in Brokerment, and if you need help with this, go to Carla, because I can't even work Brokerment other than my back end where I'm reviewing your documents. You can set up little text boxes that fill in all that information, and all your client has to do is still sign. You can have that text box populate on every signature line that says member, president, manager, whatever it needs to say. And then you put that LLC name under their signature line if there's not a place for that seller name on that
I think
document.
Carla has instructions on that. Your mentors have instructions on that. There's a video on it, and there's a chat box at the bottom of your Brokerment that they can actually show you where it's at too.
So please, let's revisit that and make sure you're doing it properly, because Rain's going to kick those
Yeah.
disclosures back if they're not right. Okay. Within the contract itself, I don't know what it is about page 9, number 14C. Somebody tell me what that is. Page 9, 14C.
Co-ops.
Co-ops, Lily, co-ops. Just because you don't deal in co-ops every day doesn't mean you get to skip this box. The NA there means not applicable. 98% of what you're going to do is going to be not applicable. You are required to check that box. Save yourself the time and effort of having to write an amendment. Because guess what? I'm going to require the amendment that says this property is not a co-op, and we all know it. Duh. Okay.
Yep. We're gonna check that box and see.
Okay.
We're gonna check, because there's less than 10% co-ops in Hampton Roads. We are going to check that box.
And the other thing you're going to do is, regardless of their age or technological ability, you're going to have your client sign the digital signature box on page 14.
We're gonna do that, right? We're gonna do that for Lucy.
And if your co-op agent on the other side says, my people don't want to use digital signatures, what is your response going to be?
It's not possible to have them sign it.
No,
Oh.
it's okay. No, I understand they do not want to use digital signatures, and that's okay. But they need to initial this box so that my person in California who can't sign it in person can. Your military members transferring from California, Texas, Great Lakes, wherever, can't be here to sign those documents.
Doesn't mean you can't sign in what signature.
It just
means that-
allows it. Yes.
We do that too.
Okay. And I got one more thing. And this is my dig at Rain for the day.
Okay.
They took away the lines for you to disclose that agency interest for your relationship with the buyer, or whether the buyer is a licensed agent in Virginia. That now lives in other provisions. Okay, don't forget, your agency interest disclosure lives in other provisions. Just because they took the lines away doesn't mean you don't have to write it down.
That's good. That's a good point. And I hope that everybody does that, because it's, I don't know why they removed the terms of need for it.
And one more shameless
Go ahead.
plug. Don't ask for exemptions on items that are not
Don't need to
required.
be exempt. Yes, I agree. I have to do that too.
Be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it and see that it wasn't needed, but respond to you that, hey, this isn't needed, so please don't do this.
Yes, we are currently looking for new members of the ALC. So if you are interested in being on the ALC, please see an ALC member or myself at some point, or send an email or a text. Reminder that a lot of people think the ALC is a club. It is something that is exclusive. They get these great perks. And Chrissy, that's what they think. But Chrissy, why don't you tell everybody what you told me yesterday?
There's nothing inside the inner circle, it's goddamn volunteer hours.
So, and that is what she said, and I will tell you this. So you may think that it is not something where there's no extra leaves that we have. You have to put more hours in. These ladies and gentlemen, we have one man, on the ALC do a lot of things for this office. They do a lot of training. They are putting in anywhere from 10 to 15 hours a week for you guys. So please know that whenever you do say that you want to be part of ALC, we would love to have new members. But it is not a club. It is not a VIP. It is not anything special, except for the simple fact that it's special for you all. They're doing things for you. So when you get upset that we're in a meeting and we're trying to get stuff in, And you guys are really mad that Thomasina is in a secret society meeting, sharing gold bars, and they are. They're probably getting yelled at because they didn't do something right for you. So remember that they are the ones who are working for you guys to make sure that our office is amazing. And the only thing secret about the club is what? Volunteer hours. So we would love to have more people there. And if you don't want to be full blown on the ALC, you can be part of the committee. If you are on the ALC, please stand up right now. Everybody give them a round of applause. And if you see them outside the office, buy them a drink if you thought they were in some secret club that was VIP and they weren't and they need it. So
I'm
buy them a
standing up
drink.
at home.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, say it again.
I'm standing up at home.
Awesome. Thank you to the ALC. If you do want to be a part of it, or even just be someone who wants to help out with it, please see one of the ALC members or myself, guys. All right, key box recall. They are wanting their boxes back again. I always suggest to buy at least one so that you have it. It's yours. Rain can't do anything. It is your baby. Paint it pink. I painted mine orange with hearts on it when I had it, so they knew it was mine. But if you do not want to be charged for it, then you need to get it back by September 16th because it's $150. $125.
Plus the 25 admin fee.
I think if you buy them outright, they waive the admin fee.
Oh, so the recall fee is the same amount as how much it costs.
Charger.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna charge.
Yeah, you know what's so funny about that?
They're not chargeable.
You want to know what's so funny about them? They are chargeable. They can recharge them. You want to know what's so funny? You know what they do with them when they can't recharge them? Or if they do with them, they throw them away to me, Ray.
Well, it's not
Oh, dumpster diving around my brain, right?
Yes.
They throw them away because they don't recharge them themselves.
And then
I have an issue with that. As you can see, it's been better than me for years. Yeah, it's rough. I'm glad you said that, though. I'm glad to say it out loud to a lot of people. Helps with my therapy on it. All right, Carla, you're up.
Officially old now. All right, yeah, just to touch on the ALC members, all the parties and functions that we all go to, and we have a great time, and we have food and drinks. Most of them are running around days before, showing up hours before, staying hours after. So they really do put in a lot of their own time, energy, and contribute. So I really appreciate what they do, and they are always willing to have people help. So if you want to join on one of their committees or volunteer, when you see that we're having these functions, the decorations don't hang themselves.
And guess what? The top agents in our office, so you get to kind of hang out with the top agents and pick their brain while you're doing it.
And have fun. Yeah, we make everything fun. All right, so everybody's doing real good with brokerment as far as getting documents in, but getting them split and submitted seems to be a little bit of a chore. It takes a little bit of time to learn brokerment. The more you use it, the easier it gets. All you have to do is call me. Most of the time, several of you will know, I can walk you through it over the phone. I can be sitting doing something else, and I can visually see the brokerment screen in my head. So occasionally I may say, tell me what's on your screen, but I can walk you through the steps. It's very simple. Splitting it only takes a few minutes. All the headings are in there. So once you click on the name that pops down, it puts it where it needs to go. So if you are downloading the document and then printing to a PDF to split it all up, you're wasting time. Yes.
Yeah.
When you receive the contract from the other agent and it's all grouped together, don't mess around splitting it. Throw it in brokerment in the unsorted and split it. Only takes a couple minutes. Yep.
the best thing.
Yes. And that's a lot coming from Nikki. Okay, how many mimosas? No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. It is fast. Main thing is always submit it. You don't email us the documents because we're not gonna put them in.
I can't see it if you don't submit it. I don't go digging through your underwear
Right.
drawer.
So, yeah, not yet, not yet. So make sure you submit. If you want to shoot me a text or an email letting me know you just submitted a contract, just to be sure I know, great, but don't email it to me. I don't need you to email it to me. Just submit it to the office and you can follow up and let me know if you'd like to. That's all I got.
That's it? Oh,
All right, events, you guys can see those on our Facebook page. You get a text at the beginning of the month, you get a text at the beginning of the week, you get a text every day, you get a text 30 minutes before, and you get a text 5 minutes before that it's happening. I know, I just don't know what I don't. Oh, there it is. There it is. We got it 25 times. Okay. So make sure that you come to the events. Havana Nights won for the award ceremony. So we're having Havana Nights, March 25th, 2023, 6 to 9 p.m. You should have received an invite through the Facebook group. Go in there and make sure that you hit that you're going. You do get one guest. It could be anybody that you'd like that is over the age of 21. If it is a 18 to 21, just come to me for permission so we can see what's going on there. But over the age of 21, because it is an open bar as always. It is our fun time and it's going to be at Sweetwater Cuisine. So you guys already saw that when you were there for the team meeting. Welcome, new agents. Trey is here. No, Trey's not here. Trinell Brown. He goes by Trey. Alicia Mazel. Sandra. No, I thought I saw her earlier. No, she's not here. She's in, I think she actually went out of the country. AG, I think might be online. And congratulations to AG and Shelly. They are getting married on the 17th. So not only do we do transactions, have a beautiful culture and a wonderful I love them so much. Oh, that's a GQ look. What are you talking about? Oh, that's a GQ. Listen, he and I went through the whole Dallas Cowboys stadium together. Trust me, everywhere it was like, don't forget this. Don't forget this. Yeah, we went through the whole Dallas Cowboys stadium together. We had the best time ever. We know what they all eat, drink. We know what their shoes smell like. We went everywhere. Singer guys, so they wanted to go to their Williams family, came over to join us. And then Elena, she just got her license, guys. She just got her license, so congratulations. All right, now we make gifts for you now. If you don't know what a gift is, Google it. We make gifts for you. It looks like this. If you have a closing in the month of September, October, November, we have the green screen back there. I will assist you. And I will assist you. If you don't know what gifts look like and you just want to get a taste of it, if you go to Facebook, you look under the stickers, you can just type in Thomasina. I have a bunch in there. So now we make them for you for free. So if you have a closing, you get one gift per closing. You can even like come in and say, hey, Thomasina, I want one like this, and we'll do it. But they're great to put on your ads. It's wonderful. My assistant Maria has went to a training for it and she's been making mine. So I am offering it to you as well. If you have a closing, just say, Thomasina, I want to make a gift, and you and I will make them together. And I will help you with it. So
You can search my name too, and you put mine and Thomasina and yours all three together.
yes, yeah, so you can look at them. So it's really great. All right. So I want to see if I can get this down so you can really see this. It is, okay. So these are children in China, and every day they have to climb this to go to school with their backpacks. They just got a brand new bridge, I think the beginning of the year. And this is how they get to school. But you all won't even come in here for class. I just want you to look at that for a few minutes. They're doing this to get to kindergarten second grade. This isn't high school, this is grade school. And you're not coming to class. I'm not asking you to climb a ladder, I'm asking you to even really come to class. You're not even viewing it, because guess what? The YouTube channel tells me how many people view. Take advantage of what the ALC has for you. They are top agents. You're not going to go anywhere else where the top agents are giving you their secrets. Their secrets. Nikki just shared her whole listing presentation. Someone couldn't come, and you know what she said to him? I'll meet you. Let's just go and do it one-on-one. Do you think she really had time for it? But she did. She made it. She took away from her family. She took away from herself. She took away from her clients to go show somebody else about it. And guess what he did? He didn't show up. And then complained that he didn't have training. So I'm going to tell you this. Most people in this room do go, right? Most of you I've seen at training. I can't even really see anybody that I haven't. But I mean, you just got here, you know, you'll be at training. Share the story to the ones who aren't, because they need to. Share the story of what you learn in training, because these other people need to learn it. We don't get anything from it. Again, what is it, Chrissy?
Volunteer
A lot of volunteer hours, right? But you will learn something if you come. I don't know of any class that I've even been to that I haven't learned something myself. So just take it in, share the story, share the story. Mortgage 101. All right, hold on. Testimonials. Kara always send in her testimonials, guys. We make these for you. All you have to do is send the testimonial. Even if it's a verbal testimonial, ask them if you can still write it down and send it to me. I'll have it made. If it's something that's on Google, if it's something on Zillow, if it's just an email, if it's just a text, I will have it made for you. Then it gets promoted on Facebook by us, and then you also can promote it as well. So it just gets you some more clients and makes you look really great. And plus, look, smile. So pretty. So you just give me the picture, then you just do whatever you want as far as the testimonial. Just make sure it's in a copy and paste format so that they can copy and paste it when they do it. And, all right, here we go. Top agents. Oh. Jimmy Ray. I'm gonna get rid of this. I got both. That's why they're on there for a minute. They'll get both volume units. Same with volume. And units. And volume. Congratulations to our top agents and teams for the month. All right, $1 Million Club. It'll go. So their name is Chrissy. Now, the Sam's one that came up with $1 Million Club for us to do every month, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's been great. And then, of course, our birthday. One birthday. I'm sorry, not one birthday. We have one anniversary. We have a lot of birthdays, so let's get real. We got a lot of them covered. All right. Yay! Gina. Where's Tanya? Is she on the court? Happy birthday! Kayla, I don't think Kayla's in here, is she? No. All right, and then we have one anniversary. We gotta hire more people in the month of August. We have one anniversary. That's it. He gets all to himself. We are doing our things. We're going to do a closing prayer, and then you guys are done. And we did go over by 15 minutes, so we'll do better next time, guys. Lord, thank you so much for all the agents here. Thank you for the month of August. It was a very prosperous month, and I just pray for the ones that want to continue on with September being as prosperous, and the ones that weren't prosperous in August, that they have a prosperous September. I pray for anybody that is sick right now. Lauren Magaletti's family is sick, and I pray for them. And anybody else that I don't know about, please pray and help them get through the sickness that they have right now. It's a trying time for a lot of people. And I know that it is the first month of school, so we pray for all the children that went back and all the parents that had to deal with them going back. And we pray that their first month in school is wonderful as well. It's in your name we pray. Amen. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I will see you all hopefully at Stump the Broker next week. You're welcome.